great. Well, hello everyone, hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So today I've decided to do something a little bit different. I've been canoeing, I went out for a wild camp. This time I'm going to take a bit of inspiration from Mark Beaumont, a bit of a shout out. Trying to do a bit of a cycling adventure. Probably not going to camp out just yet, maybe just do little baby steps, but you know, there's definitely more weekends to come. Alright, I'll catch you later. So, whilst there's nobody about, it's very strange. I've always been on this road, it's always been dead quiet, I've barely seen anyone. And as soon as I bring the camera out, there's like thousands of people. Oh, sod's law, isn't it? Anyway, so with this route, it's a mix of a bit of like busy roads, quiet country lanes like this, and also a bit of an adventurous country wildlife route, which would be quite cool. Hopefully I can get some good shots for it all. Hopefully I'll end up by a nice little like river where I can go for a jump in. I think it's supposed to reach over 20 degrees today, so I'll certainly definitely earned it. The route is roughly about touching 20 miles there and back, so I'm hopefully try and do it in one day. So during that I can show you what I've got on the bike, I'll show you the route, and yeah, I'll see what else I can get. See you soon. It's a little bit of a nice little country walk here. Nice in the woodland, so it's a bit of like a wildlife protection area, but it's still a nice, beautiful time. See if I see any wildlife. That's interesting. One thing I didn't know about this route, it looks like there's a couple of mountain bike tracks. Maybe another time I can have a little bit of a practice. Maybe not the best idea to do on a tourer, but what can you do? Well, it's quiet and there's nobody else on the lane. So this route I'm on now is actually an old dismantled railway. Now where I live in Stockton, we've got quite a long history when it comes to railways. In fact, we had the first ever railway track from Stockton into Darlington. So a bit of trivia for you there. Not just a pretty face. I'm not 100% too sure if this is actually part of the first ever railway, but I'll double check for you and let you know later on. Right, see you soon. Hi guys, just double checked and made sure that it turns out that railway track, dismantled railway track I was on, was part of the first ever railway track. And also it was the first ever public railway track, just to clarify. Okay, right, enjoy. Looks look to your right. That's in fact where I work. I'm working at Amazon since COVID. I've got another job, but it's working quite well, pays well. So I'm happy. And this is the rest of the route. Not far to go before we get to the main roads. And I'll put my helmet on. Just trying to avoid this rock. Woo! Love when you go down, when you have to go uphill, but then you have to go down again. And then you got all this like wind where you don't have to try anything. Awesome. Just about there. Sorry I was away, but the traffic was absolutely terrible in the middle of Darlington. So I took the camera away, put my helmet on and cracked on. Just about 20 minutes away from my destination, so just to finish off, it's this nice country road. I might take the top off just to get a bit of air. Don't want to smell all sweaty for everyone, do I? Second. Oops, dropped me out. So much better. Yes, I know, and I do look a bit like Borat. Very nice. Just gonna put this all away and I'll have to get cracking. See you shortly. Well, I feel 10 times better now. Nice to get some air back towards me. What do you think? Not my best of looks anyway, but I'm not that fashion conscious. So I'm in this lovely town of Winston. A little bit of trivia for you. There's a bridge that I'm just about to cross in a minute. That, I can't remember when, I think it was like the early 80s and 90s, where somebody decided as a dare to fly a Spitfire underneath the bridge, and they managed to do it. find the link, I'll put it down below. But it's an incredible thing. A bit of trivia for you. Right, nearly there. It's always the last part of your journey. Well, in my case, the halfway point is always the toughest bit. But about 5 minutes away from my destination. Just a nice little chill out ride. Finally made it. It took a little bit longer than expected, but still made it in a good amount of time. It's only about like 12:30 now, so I got a bit of a bite to eat, head down the river, and then just chill out for a good hour or so. Ready to see you soon. Right, can I do one-handed? Can I do it? Let's see, a bit of a gravelly path. Last bit. Probably not. Oh, we got it. Oh. Finally made it to the river. Just a little bit further that way. I've heard there's a kind of a very, very deep pool. So I'm going to have a little bit of explore there. See if we can find it, okay? Took a little bit longer than expected, but still a fantastic little route. I'll show you what it looks like now. Man, there's no a cool way of getting out when it's all slippy. Oh, man. No, it's absolutely lush. Where are they? Right, I think I might have a change up a bit. I've brought my goggles, so I might have a bit of an explore, see what I can find, see if I can see any fish, see how, if it gets any deeper. And my GoPro over there. Should be quite fun. See you soon. You missed this just a moment ago. As I was eating my apple, out of nowhere, a fly just landed right on my apple. It's so annoying. Looks like I'm not alone. Better turn the camera off. Well, been here for a good hour or so now. Absolutely had a fantastic time. A few good swims in there. Even checked out some of the like in the water with my goggles. Quite spooky like, because I could barely see anything. But just an absolutely great day out. So plan is I'm going to dry up. I've allowed my shorts, which I'll show you in a second, my cycling shorts to dry, because obviously cycling for that amount of time, especially with this heat, not mad sweaty bollocks. Oh, better watch the kids over there. But yeah, sorry. But I thought I'd allow them to give a bit of air and then avoid any chafing later on, so fingers crossed. Yeah, so bit of an interesting one. Whilst I was cycling up here, I had a bit of a struggle. Like, there was a bit of an issue where I was getting a bit confused. I was in this main, like, you know, I have to go through town centre of Darlington, and obviously with all the different turns and everything else, it's just very confusing. So I thought, just play it safe, have a bit of a sat nav on my headphones, and you know, it should do me good. However, unfortunately, later on the sat nav decided to take me on a very lovely scenic route on the motorway, which is rather interesting. And if anybody knows on their driver's test and stuff, that cyclists should never really cycle on the motorway, so I thought maybe turn back, and then I knew most of the route back from anywhere, so it wasn't too bad. So hopefully on the way back I should be a bit quicker. However, with filming it may take a little bit longer, but might as well got the time to just pedal, enjoy, and then take the time out really. So I'll quickly show you what the bike is and how it looks, and crack on. Got these two new sets of panniers. Okay, so I've got this main back pannier here that I got from Lidl, only about like 10 quid. I quite like this design actually, because it's the majority of the time what you need. You're packing light, and so this keeps it nice and aerodynamic. I used to have the big panniers before when I used to do paper rounds, and after a while they get rather bulky, so this is just fantastic just to get a good amount of stuff inside. I've even got a little pocket there, so my keys, my credit card and things like that, it's all in there. Obviously, water bottle, obviously keep yourself well hydrated guys, especially during this heat. Top, get away fly. Let's move this top out the way. So one thing I should highly recommend guys, if you're thinking of trying to do some long distance cycling, if you're like me, after a while your hands get like, feel cramped and it feels uncomfortable, I got these butterfly handlebars. In fact, actually I got inspired by Mark Beaumont when he first did his around the world bike ride on these, and I thought, wow, they look super comfy, and I thought I'd give them a try. Got these for about 30 quid something on Amazon, so that worked out well. A little bit further around here, so I got a front pannier, so you can see, so it's got an open flap here. So inside I've got most of my camera stuff, my phone, headphone, my charger, it's all in there. A good front light here, which is just holding on with my hat, obviously to protect my head. This light is absolutely fantastic. I'll find a link for it and then put it on the description below. This is like collapsed sun when this goes on full whack. Absolutely highly recommended. I'd highly recommend anyone to get one. I highly doubt I'll need it as I cycle back, because I'm aiming to get back for about 5-6 o'clock, so it should still be light, but it's always nice just in case. I see I've got this Zuki, I don't know how you pronounce that, cycling set I got from like Go Outdoors, fairly cheap, just as I'm starting to get into racing and cycling, you know, with the padded shorts, but I'm quite happy with it and it works out rather well. In a second I'm going to put them back on and then get ready to go. Well, I had to swallow my pride then. I just couldn't do it, it's way too steep. Just down that hill over there, it was so steep, and I was just looking like, nah, it ain't happening. So I had to like just commit and just say, nah, enough's enough, so I just had to walk it up. I do know just on the way back there is one major hill I have to go up. Actually, yeah, one major hill I have to go up, and another one's just really long and gradual. So I'm just going to hope is I can get in the first gear, just smash it and just, I'll smash it out, so we'll see. It's not nice in this heat, but it's beautiful though. I'll show you some of the views here in a second now. this is the Spitfire I was telling you about. So right underneath this bridge, okay, this is where it came underneath. Okay, it has plenty of space through here, right across. I believe that's where it entered from, all the way right underneath and right through that way. I imagine some of those trees that are growing through now aren't there. But wow, what? Oh, not far to go now, just a little bit further. I'll tell you what, that electrolyte drink of a Lucozade really did me good. Whilst I was like still about halfway back, honestly my legs were just giving way and just couldn't go on any further. It was nice and cold as well and just hit the spot. Gave us all 5 minutes and then just cracked on. I think now, because I'm on these paths, I'm just going to go steady away and I should get there soon. Oh, such a great day for anywhere. See you later. Well, not far to go now. Back on that country lane where I kept getting caught out with the filming, but oh well. It was weird actually, because I'm just thinking, this is normally my route back home from work if I finish work on my bike. And one time, this is normally because I finish around midnight, that when I was cycling back, a barn owl flew right over my head, frightened the life out of me. I only just faintly spotted it. The only sort of thing I could think what it looked like was a Hedwig from Harry Potter, and I later found out, yeah, that's a barn owl. But still, you always have to find the wild stuff, don't you? Right, not far to go now, about another 5 minutes or so, I should head home. But I'm half thinking, quickly stop at the shop to get some snacks, as I've certainly earned it. I don't know how many calories I would have burned, but I know definitely I need to get a good cold drink of water down me, because I feel I get a bit of a headache now. So early signs of dehydration. It's a killer, guys, so please watch out for that, yeah? Especially in this heat, always drink water, there's nothing better. Right, see you later. Well, finally back home now. I'm absolutely so tired now. Oh, wow, I definitely have caught the sun. So I think now, for a bit of a chill out, maybe make a bit of a cup of tea, muck on with the dogs and have a bit of a play, shower, and then sleep for many hours. Sounds like a plan to me. Hope you enjoyed. I'm glad you could join the journey with me. Definitely really enjoyed it. Shame I only did it for just the day, but you know, I'm sure everyone has to start somewhere. I'm sure even like the man of the hour, even Mr. Mark Beaumont, started easy like me, and then steady away, and eventually progressed further to around the world. If you really enjoyed it, please give a like, and if anything else, have a great day. Catch you later.